Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be unboxing this Harvest Right freeze dryer and setting it up in our basement. I've had this now for about 6 months. I've been testing it out. I just wanted to share what I thought of this freeze dryer with you guys and what my setup looks like. So the first thing I did when I got this freeze dryer is build a stand for it. I wanted this movable on wheels so I can move it around if needed. These things are pretty heavy, so I wanted it up off the ground, needed something sturdy, and I just decided to make it myself instead of buying one. But if you're interested in seeing how I built that cart, I'll go into much more detail in my next video, so stay tuned for that. This cart works great for this freeze dryer. I have all the storage underneath for the trays and all the bags and the sealer that seals the bags down below the freeze dryer. This machine uses quite a bit of power, so I have a dedicated breaker running straight to this outlet here that nothing else is tied to. It has sufficient power. Then I have the compressor able to sit right beside the freeze dryer. Has plenty of room, and then on this other side you can see the drain comes out here. This valve here releases the vacuum and also functions as the drain. I've got a bucket to collect all the water as that ice melts when the cycle's finished. As you're setting up your freeze dryer, I would just recommend following the directions. They do a better job explaining how to set it up than I do. Now that I have everything set up, I'm going to jump into prepping some of this fruit to go in the freeze dryer and show you guys how this works. But one thing I would recommend doing, when I purchased this freeze dryer, I got a second set of trays. So while one set is drying in the freeze dryer, you can start prepping the next set of trays and put them in the freezer so they're ready to go when the machine's finished. Another thing I noticed while you're cutting up the fruit or veggies, whatever you're drying, you want to cut them in a uniform size or thickness so that they all dry out at the same rate. If some are thicker than others, you might not get a good result once you're finished. So I would actually recommend getting one of these banana slicers. Saves a ton of time cutting up bananas, but then every single slice is the same thickness. They dry out really well, and that way you'll end up with the best results. Now, I would recommend just testing it out and seeing what works and just experimenting, but I did notice that if you mix different types of fruit in the freeze dryer, you might end up with varying levels of success because the water content in fruit varies drastically from one type to the other, and some take a lot longer to freeze dry than others. So if you can, I would recommend doing an entire batch of one type of fruit and then move on to a new batch for another type, and that will give you the best results across all 6 trays. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to do a sample of a bunch of types of fruit. I got up 2 trays of bananas under here, some more extra bananas that rolled over to the next tray. Got some apples with cinnamon sugar on them, raspberries, a little bit of mango, and then here's some grapes I'm going to test out this time. The grapes have a thick skin on them that won't let it dry out, so you got to cut those in half. And then I've got some blueberries here. Same with these. The skin on it won't let it dry out. They'll explode in the vacuum chamber. You want to cut that in half or poke it with a toothpick or something. To cut down on additional time it would take for these trays to freeze in the freeze dryer, I already pre-froze it and left it in the freezer for about 4 or 5 hours till these were fully frozen, and then moved them right into the freeze dryer to start the process. Alright, the first batch of fruit is finished. I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to try to package this up as fast as I can because all the moisture has been pulled out of this fruit. It's been freeze dried, and if you leave it out for too long, it will start soaking back up that moisture we just pulled out of it. And so you want to get this packaged up as quickly as you can. Now, as far as packaging goes, it really depends on what you're going to be using it for. A mason jar works great for short-term storage if you're going to be using it quickly. But if you're going to be storing this for longer term, you're going to want to put this in a sealed bag, something that won't allow any moisture in and will preserve it for longer. And I'm going to be doing both today. I'm going to be putting some in a mason jar, the ones that I think aren't going to last very long before we eat them, and then everything else we're going to be putting in some bags. And something I liked about the Harvest Right freeze dryers is that it comes with everything you need to get started, and it came with a heat sealer as well as a bunch of bags so you can start storing food and preserving it right away. Next up, we're going to be testing out some smoothies. I'm going to be freeze drying probably 3 or 4 different types of smoothies here, and I blended up frozen fruit with yogurt, and you could easily throw in some spinach or protein, whatever you want to add to your smoothie. Freeze it in the freezer before putting it in here. Now, these smoothies were by far the longest that I've had to run the freeze dryer for it to fully dry, but this turned out really cool. It's fun to eat. It's a really great snack as well, so I'm going to cut these up into smaller portions, put them in some bags and seal those so that we can save them for another time, pull them out when we want a snack or a smoothie. I'm sure you could easily throw some ice in a blender, maybe a little bit of milk, and blend it up, and you'd have a fresh smoothie again. Tastes exactly like a smoothie, and it's really fun to eat too. I'm going to speed through really quickly, packaging up all the smoothies and sealing it with the heat sealer. But while I'm doing that, just wanted to say I've been really excited about getting the freeze dryer and finally doing it now. But what we'll probably use it the most for is our own garden and our produce. We want to be able to freeze dry our veggies and fruit. If we can't eat it in time before it goes bad, if we have an excessive amount of fruit that we can't can all of it and eat it, it's great to have a freeze dryer to be able to preserve it for a bit longer and be able to eat that fresh fruit throughout the entire year. And then if you want to go to farmers markets while things are in season, you can buy it bulk, freeze dry it, and you have a nice healthy snack throughout the year. I would definitely recommend Harvest Right freeze dryers. I've been really impressed with the quality and the amount of detail they put into these kits where you have everything you need to get started. If you're in the market for a freeze dryer, I'll leave my affiliate link down in the description below. You can go check that out. But if you're going to get a Harvest Right freeze dryer, click that link. That will give me a small percentage of the sale. Now, the last thing I wanted to test out was some freeze-dried candy, and I will say right now, this is way too tight. You need to spread the candy out a lot more. I actually went behind this after I spread everything out on the tray and took about half of the candy off and spread it out a lot more, and it still was way too much. So definitely spread it out more than you think because it's going to expand and it needs some room to spread out. But it still turned out all right. Only one type of candy ended up causing a bit of a mess for me, and that was these gummy bears. I think they need to be heated at a much lower temperature in the freeze dryer. Everything else was pretty good. Sour Patch Kids could have been a bit hotter, but it's a bit of trial and error. And again, I think if you do all of one type of candy, you can really zero it in on exactly what temperature it needs to be at. But this freeze dryer actually has a specific candy mode, so I'm going to go to that. You turn up the temperature on the custom tab and it'll give you an option for candy. And here's a quick time lapse of exactly when that vacuum pump turned on and expanded the candy, dried it out. The gummy bears, I had a bit of trouble trying to get that out of the freeze dryer and needed to clean it up afterwards, but not too bad overall for the first time freeze drying candy. Alright guys, that just about finishes up the video for today. Hope you enjoyed this one or found it fun. If you did, hit that like button down below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Also, stay tuned for next week's video. I'll be building the cart for underneath this freeze dryer. If you're interested in that, that will be coming out soon. Thanks so much for watching guys. I'll see you in the next one.